Right. Good stuff. Then...
Does this... Oh, are you fucking shenanigansing me?
Oh, what's up?
I thought there was a pin in the book, and then there wasn't a pin in the book. You can go get recap started, I'll be right back. I have very, comprehensive notes. I know how to remember the word eventually.
Alright. Red. Well...
Are you okay?
I dropped some shit.
Oh. Alright. Last time on the Crawling Dusk. Exhausted from their daring escape, the frightful screech of the Dusk Spawn below ushered them forth across the snow-speckled icy expanse. Fenro, noticing the slight displacement of snow from the raft they traveled thereon, led his friends back towards the Bitter Douc. As night began to fall, Fenro packed snow to form an igloo that would offer shelter from the biting winds of the Boreal Sea. Careening through that gale, something crashed into the ice to the east of their snow shack. The object was revealed to be a loom dispatch for Finewynn from his Olefin, Shonrick Firstheart. Bewildered by the live feed of the shades-rocking dwarf in the threads of the loom, the party introduced themselves and joined Finewynn for his report. Shonrick mentioned that they were celebrating Finewynn for discovering the children of Darning, to Finewynn's surprise. Apparently, the loom detected Darning's signature right next to Finewynn's location not but a half hour to an hour prior. Our heroes brainstormed for a time, trying to figure out when they could have encountered a creature connected to the time god. Lil Howler? He is a child. The Dusk Spawn, or the beings the Fiber Spawn had abducted. If that were the case, then they went and melted the children of Darning and turned them into puddles of crawling dusk. Yikers. If the children inherited time powers, maybe one appeared while time was stopped? Speculation aside, signing off, Shonrick promised to look into finding a way to allow Finewynn to send updates to Conclave V13, and to look into the Fiber Spawn's history, their home, and their current state of being. Then the loom exploded, blasting a hole in the ice beneath it. Nowhere near Sawyer levels of fiery blasts, mind you, but an impressive detonation nonetheless. Utilizing the tech she found in the Observer, Baggi kept Rod awake, and explored Finewynn's math dreams as the crew snoozed in the igloo. Seemingly drawn by the light generated from the loom call's eruption, Fenro and Baggi spotted a black splotch amongst the crystal expanse, rising and extending its 4 arms before diving back into the snow. The Dusk Spawn weaved its way through the snow, trying to find their snow-packed sanctuary. Recognizing the creature's blindness, they attempted to hide from the spindly thing, but Rodrigo tripped over the logs in the fading fire, and the Dusk Spawn lurched and lunged, slamming straight into the side of the packed snow. Baggi reacted by calling the creature a big dip, and drawing it away from the group. When her runic imprisonment failed, she leant upon her new bracer, and placed herself within the creature's trauma, effectively terrifying it into flight. The Dusk Spawn cowered, then fled, retreating into the flurry, vanishing into the blinding snowfall. By the morning light, our heroes finally saw the Bitter Douc come into view. They were greeted warmly. The crew relieved to find they made it back not only with their lives, but with a way to get the ship moving once again. After filling Captain Apricot in on their adventure, and quickly inspecting Lil Howler for any time-related powers, Sawyer placed the dim Dyephyre into the repaired engine. At the rumble and pale glow behind the grate, the ship ascended to just above the waters and ice and began hovering forwards towards Pirate Island. Simultaneously, Stove began wiggling like a tall boy in front of a car dealership. Rising and powering up, he greeted Sawyer, asking for a name to be designated for it. Sawyer granted the name it knew previously, and Stove proceeded to greet the remaining crew, learn everyone's names, and help out with the ship's maintenance. When the Illuminated Dyephyre was tested on the engine's core, the ship was jettisoned forwards at speeds unheard of for nautical travel. Once the Dyephyre's power receded after an hour, Baggi decided to check in with Gleam to glean what she could about Dyephyre's purpose and uses. Gleam mentioned the Dyephyre had only ever been used by the priests of the primary Sky Twin Basilica in Aramid. It had been used to boost the power of spells like Control Water, to extend nights, to resurrect fallen clerics, and apparently the High Priest has used it to commune with the avatar of Diadem. Baggi asked if Gleam would be willing to attempt handling the Dyephyre herself, but she decided she would need permission from the priest she had studied under. A second Illuminated Dyephyre was used to hurry their journey along, to the dismay of Bill Wendigo, as he was nearly lost to the blizzard-like wake at the ship's tail. Thankfully, Finewynn caught his collar last second and pulled him back into the crow's nest with the bravado only the loom's finest could achieve. Sawyer noticed an unnerving corrosion cropping up within the engine's core, and decided the final orb should be of dim Dyephyre to prevent the engine failing. Or worse. At the slower pace our heroes rested, Rodrigo was visited by his patron Nap, who seemed concerned about the disconnect he'd felt for a week's time. Relieved to find the fiber spawn's presence had been given the boot, Nap encouraged Rod and offered him the advice that nothing is immune to corruption. Baggi, stepping into Fenro's dream of a familiar meal with family, saw the scene shift to a dimly lit room. Fenro entered, soaked by the rain outside, the steady fall pattering against the roof's decking. Fenro approached his father and learnt of his mission to Ventraloom to find what would be the final key to his father's project. Fenro would bring Adley and be sent with, after some relenting, one for her and one for himself, whatever that meant. Fenro, as he stopped with a foot in the door, was offered the chance to ask his father this question. "What are you doing with the golden tail?" Curtis responded with, "You should know, son. Check your pocket." And in Fenro's pocket was the shimmering crest of the golden tail. Gliding slowly over the waters, a haunting voice bounced between the glacial walls of the icy channel they found themselves within. A sweet voice, humming a sailor's tune, calling to the crew of the Bitter Douc. And with that, I need everybody to make a charisma saving throw.
Uh-oh.
But I don't have my thing open yet.
Oh, come on.
Take your time.
Yeah,
I gotta
dip.
do it for the NPCs as well.
Oh no, Coleman.
Oh no. Oh god.
This isn't looking great for any of us.
Are you sure?
Hey!
That's just unfair.
Baggi is explicitly the face of the party, so
Yeah, it
yeah.
makes sense.
But also, you still got a nat 20 on that.
Maybe a little bit.
Charisma's the only negative modifier I have.
I
don't
do
have
want to
any-
let you know,
Charisma's not positive.
because I think I told some of y'all that Baggi's going to be retiring eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I can still talk. My next character has a 18 charisma, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, good.
Ooh.
So he can talk better than Baggi.
I think that was
Bill's
everybody.
not. Bill's just like, no.
Oh,
Bill's
no
too cool.
kidding. Holy moly.
Poe's horny. Poe's horny as fuck.
Mm. Oh no. All right, so
Yo, the chef's not doing well.
Lil Howler
Yeah.
got 19.
Who the fuck was Perry Perriette? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
that's
like
Gleam's
the
partner.
One of the yeah.
Oh, I think I have her
yeah.
name written wrong, spelled wrong. And that's why I didn't recognize it.
She has not spoken much, and
Also,
that is
There's
a
also
part of her
that.
character.
did Rod roll?
Did Rod roll?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I very much spelled it wrong. There we go.
That's a weird looking platypus.
Hey.
Parry,
Okay, cool. Not all of us are fucking like.
Okay.
parry me. You know, roll twice.
Oh no. Apologies. We'll take the first.
I'll take
Both
this
are pretty
second.
good.
Well, did you do
Alright.
the
Baggy, nice.
Gleam.
Yeah,
I
did
think
do
you rolled
Gleam?
parry
Fine, George.
and no gleam.
We're fine. Sawyer and Fenro. Okay. Find Sawyer and Fenro. I'm about to send you a message.
Oh no. It just says you are down bad, Seek help.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
you are
just a,
dead.
Right.
it's just a picture of a character sheet, but a blank one.
Fill this up.
Dude, so
Yo,
who
God's
rolled the
DMing me.
worst? I know
Me.
Poe, Kichiro. No, you
I-
rolled better than Poe and Kichiro. They both got
Oh.
2s.
Well, I got a nat 1, so
Yeah.
that's why I was saying I rolled the worst.
I mean, yeah. Overall, though, you did better than Poe and Kichiro. They're
They
the
both
most
got zero.
horny. You're the second most.
You got some restraint. You got +2. They got +0.
Then you got Fine, who's the third most.
Yeah.
Followed by Sawyer. No, actually, Kenta, and then Sawyer. And then Lil Howler is kind of getting up there. But Lil Howler, no way. That man is abstinent till he dies. Never even seen a horn before.
Actually, so I knew what to send to Fenro and Find, but Sawyer, I'm not entirely sure what Sawyer's MO is. If you see my DM,
Yeah.
all right, good deal.
I gotta think for a second.
I'm just not sure. He's like, ah, I don't know what this dude's up to.
Sawyer's the one that's actually down bad.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
I knew I'd forgotten someone. The captain.
Apricot, yeah.
Appy. Also,
Hey.
technically, Gleam
You
hasn't
gotta DM
rolled.
You
Swashbuckler.
got a DM Poe and Kichiro.
Yeah, you do have
Yeah.
to DM Poe and Kichiro. And
my
Kenta.
Does my frog have to roll, or does my roll count as his?
Your frog's good. Actually, no, sorry, your frog does need to roll. I apologize. That's my mistake. He does need to roll.
Oh.
Oh,
Your
God.
monkey is
not-
the one that's fine.
But my monkey follows my orders.
Your monkey's
What's
also a construct.
What's your frog's aspiration? Yep.
Not
That's
that.
initiative.
If for saving throws, can I just roll the stat?
Yeah, if he doesn't have any saving throw bonus, it's just gonna
This
be
frog's
that
just
stat.
ready to throw hands.
He has a -4 to charisma.
Fuck. He is not charismatic. Hold on real quick.
My name is Abodi, and I'm here to say 2 + 2 is 4.
All right, so as you guys hear this haunting tune, you see Poe, who was below deck, is running up the stairs and has a barrel. He hucks the barrel overboard and jumps into it and begins paddling towards the cavern entrance. You see, let's see, how did Gleam do?
She didn't.
Oh, I didn't roll for her. Okay.
That's what I was trying to tell you.
I'll take Perry's since they both have the same charisma score. So the second Perry roll, that'll be Gleam's. All right, let's see. We need Kichiro.
Kichiro, Kenta, and Blue Yoshi as far as other NPCs. But Blue Yoshi is under Nick, but yeah. Oh,
Do
and
you
maybe
see-
Lil Howler? I'm not sure if 12 passes.
You see these two hop onto Blue Yoshi as Blue Yoshi leaps in, and a lot of them start swimming that way. And then you said Old Howler?
Maybe, yeah. He rolled a 12. I know Sawyer failed at an 11. I don't know if 12 safe for bad.
Yeah, Old Howler, you see him pull out one of those kind of globs of what looks like some blue jello that he got from Gadabi G,
Oh yeah.
or the order from Gadabi G. He rubs it all along his gums and smacks down on it, then dives headfirst under the water
Holy
and
shit.
vanishes. He first handed Little Howler to I would say Baggi. Oh, wait, whoops.
Whoa, he grew.
No,
Oh shit, big boy.
Sorry.
Not so little anymore.
I meant to put him to the front so that you could hop on your back.
Not so little Howler.
And now you guys tell me what is it that you all are doing?
Who wants to go first?
Is it horny boys or all of us?
I'm guessing horny boys.
I'm going in.
Well, yeah,
Starts
Finewynn
running.
it instantly just goes down from the crow's nest, just fucking. He just climbs down real fast.
Bill is going to attempt to grapple you.
Alright. Is there a roll they have to do for counter that, or?
I think it's
Athletics or
opposed.
acrobatics.
Yeah, he has to
And
do
if you want
athletics.
to wiggle out or
You can do-
beat his strengths, he's got to do athletics. You got to do acrobatics or athletics.
Dude, Bill,
Your
what is
holy
highest
happening?
shit,
chance
Bill.
is going to be acrobatics. I'll tell you that much, there, bud.
Tell me
For
how
me,
Bill
it's
just rolled
acrobatics.
2 nat 20s in a row.
Because it's dex.
Of course.
For acrobatics.
Ugh.
You win.
Nice on.
Bodhi.
Even with his nat 20,
When I don't want it.
Bill is
Just
not
get a Bodhi.
strong enough. You see him go,
Just wiggle out.
no, I've heard of these voices. Stop. But you are too
I
slick.
ignore him.
You slip down the pole and slide to the ground. Or to the main deck.
I try to get to Blue Yoshi with these dudes.
Oh, is he right there?
He
In
is.
front of me? Oh. No, he's...
Okay.
Is he on the outside, or where did he come down exactly?
Let's see. The crow's
I'm assuming on
nest
the outside.
is about in the middle-ish. So, actually, sorry, you probably would have plopped down
Over here?
around this side, yeah. Depends on what side you plop down on.
Yeah, probably around this side, yeah. I'd see Blue Yoshi swimming towards it, and I just run so I can get to Blue Yoshi and get on.
Easy enough.
Because I know they're probably heading there, yeah.
Are you hop aboard, Blue Yoshi?
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt to stop fucking Finro.
Alright. You, how are you doing it?
I'm grappling his ass.
Okay.
So what would that be? Just a strength check?
Yeah,
Yes.
athletics, specifically.
And Fenra, you can oppose it with... Alright.
Oh, acrobatics. It's the same modifier.
Alright,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna do the
it's
same roll.
same either way.
It's
Imagine-
+2. But yeah, Fenro is gonna attempt to go.
Well, it should have been
Fenrir uses
athletics, which I
inspiration.
think will be higher for you, too, yeah?
Yeah.
Rod, what's your athletics mod?
Oh, +4.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that should have
Yeah.
been a 19. Out of 17.
God, no.
Oh.
Alright, so you do have him grappled, but here's the thing. Every single round, he has another chance to escape your grasp.
Well, that's fine. He's not getting out.
Damn.
All right, fair enough.
Oh, my
I got
family's
that
in that
18
cave.
strength.
Apricot
I got
on.
that 18 strength.
That's fair.
Hey,
Apricot on his turn. Oh, what's up?
I just wanted to double check. How many days have we been on the boat now since getting back on? Total?
Since getting back on, it has only been, let's see. You had the 6 hour, the 6 hour span of travel with the dim Dyephyre.
Yeah.
Then you had the 2 hours of super speedy mode with the Illuminated Dyephyre. So it's really only been about 8 hours. It is currently the middle of the night.
Okay.
So everyone was
I just
awakened
need,
by this haunting tune.
I don't remember if I did this for sure last time. I'm pretty... Yeah, looks like I did, yeah. Just a day refresh. I'm pretty sure for the bracer. That's specifically what I need to check.
Gotcha. The charges.
Yup, exactly.
So
Anyway.
Apricot leans over, especially at Poe, like hucking a barrel over the side, and these two just like leaping full send, not saying a word onto the back of Blue Yoshi. He looks around and just goes, "What's going on? Have you all bloody lost your minds?" And he goes to the wheel and is going to start turning the boat towards where these guys are going. After he yells for them to return to the ship. Gleam looks over the side with Perry beside her and goes, what's that voice? I felt it in my mind. Perry kind of just holds her a little bit closer. And Bill leans over the side and says, "We gotta stop him."
Thinking of something.
Right, you gotta let me go. My family's in that cave. We gotta go save them.
I don't think your family's in that cave, buddy.
Wait. Yes, they are. No, they are. We gotta go.
I don't think they've been here for a hot minute.
I'm gone.
Everybody else is going.
I'm gonna
Gotta
try
go help
talking to Fenro. Hey,
Sorry, the cavern
Fenro,
entrance.
bud. I'm gonna hold
Maggie,
his
we
hand.
gotta go. They're in there.
Fenro? I feel like I know you probably better than the rest of these yahoos, and I want you to trust me when I tell you that if I believed there was a snowball's chance in hell that your family was actually in there, I would let you go. But they ain't, bud. And I can't let you risk your life chasing something that ain't real. Trust me on this. Please.
Oh, we're moving with the.
Remember what I told you in the dream last night when we saw the memories together? I told you I'd be with you on your side no matter what. So trust me when I say this, that if I thought they were in there, if there was even a chance they were in there, I'd help you out. But they ain't.
Actually, Gleam walks up to you, places a hand on your shoulder, and that same pale glow that came from the Dyephyre, that illuminated through your orifices, through the eyes and mouth and ears, illuminates again, not quite as strong, but dimly. And you feel the revelation of, oh, this was a lie. My family's not in there. And she looks to you and says, "Is that better?"
Yeah, it's better. Thanks, Gleam.
You're welcome. I don't know what you
Blame.
saw, but this seems to be some sort of effect that was attempted to be placed on all of us.
Yeah, saw my family in that cave. I think everybody else probably saw something similar. But
Oh.
obviously, no way that's the case. See like a single tear drip from Finro's eye.
Hey, Gleam. I kind of need you for a second.
Yeah.
Rod, can you let me go now? You're
Well-
hurting me.
No.
So,
I don't want you jumping off the boat, dude.
let's say, how many more times do you think you could do something like that? Like, if I got you to the pack, do you think you could snap a lot of them out of it?
I've got about two more. I think I can muster. But Perry can do the same.
All right. Well, I can probably swim one of you over to him.
Right. Some of
we're
us
gonna
will
have
need to
to-
stay here on the ship. Who all's going in to get them?
Well, I'm talking just. I grow big. You hop on my back. We run over there. And by run, I do mean swim. And then you use me as a floaty to cast your little magic on them and get two of them out. And then we just kind of game plan from there. That's all I really got at the moment. And the other idea, I guess, is just, beating the shit out of them until they knock themselves out. I mean, one of them definitely seems nicer than the other. That's the only thing.
Aye. We'll do what we must. I can't lose
So,
any more crew.
Who all do we have left here? Looks like it's not a whole lot. All right. Baggi, you think you could carry both of them over there? Harry and Gleam?
Could try. Can't really say much more than that.
I believe we have a skateboat
A
of sorts.
lifeboat?
Yeah, a lifeboat.
Well,
Okay,
would be nice
Captain
to use.
Apricot. We'll talk about disclosing vital information more aptly later, but for now,
Every
just
boat has one, don't
correct
it?
me. I mean, most I've done sailed on
Never
before,
got
but I
to
ain't
see it.
never sailed on one quite this metal. So I wasn't
Say that
sure how
every-
the
every
protocol
boat has
therein
one,
went.
but does the escape boat have an escape boat as well?
Hey, he's hitting you with their circular logic.
Take that.
Does it? What now?
Finro becomes a lawyer.
Phoenix Wright-esque lawyer. Points out stupid contradictions and gets the way with the murder.
Objection.
Play with the murder.
I don't know if we played the same game.
Damn. Sounds like a sick game.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
All right. Well,
It's a little bit tiny. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. So Lil Howler's the only one that's going, and it's okay to him.
and we hope he is the son of Darning.
Yeah, right?
No, we already established we actually figured out who the son or children of
Yeah.
Darning are.
Yeah.
You know, but it would still be really fucking funny if it's a Lil Howler. Like, there could be more than
Lil Howler
one.
just turns into a fucking spider beast.
Now
He's
I
a
know he.
spider monkey.
I was
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I was about to say.
It's close enough, man. So I guess me and Fenro are getting on the boat.
I'm under the boat.
Oh, shit.
Hang on, there you go.
Bro, that's not how you. Oh.
That
Alright,
leaves just
well-
Captain Apricot back here, right?
I'll stay with
Monkey.
him. I was entrusted with Lil Howler, so at the very least,
All right.
I can look after him.
I mean, you're gonna need more than just yourself on here. I got you, Chief.
All right. Thank you. Bill, you're staying here too. Aye. He leans over and tips his hat.
Hey, well, think of it this way. If by some, means of bad luck we get attacked by pirates right now, I'm basically an army of one, so we got security prepared.
Aye, and I may,
Fenro, should we take a little monkey guy? Fuck. Right.
What's wrong? What the fuck?
Insane, dude.
Pedro's so fucking mind fucked after that.
Rodrigo, I don't think so.
You see,
All right, so we leave it here.
You see Stove, runs up, and goes,
Oh my god, still got big.
Bro?
No, thanks.
We can go now.
are you bringing the monkey?
No,
No.
Alright.
I don't trust the monkey, man.
Stove
Should we
picks
go
up the
Harry,
monkey.
Yeah, I was about to say, y'all do take.
I feel like
Perry-
a monkey would be too heavy for the
Perry
lifeboat.
nods and
Yeah.
jumps onto the boat.
All right.
That's
so
why the monkey has to walk. And I do mean walk. Sinks to the bottom and just walks.
Hey, the rock.
Bro.
Doesn't need oxygen.
It's like that one Disney pirate movie.
I need to hear
What?
Oh, yeah.
Snake cringe.
Which one?
Like
Oh,
the second one,
I don't think he
where
has
they walk
cringe.
across the bottom of the ocean.
Don't think I've seen it. I think
Alright.
the MMO.
Oh, MMO is great.
So we now switch. It should be not viewable, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
Okay.
see
Yeah.
dog
Pitch
shit.
black.
Good. So we'll go
Let's
with
just hang
those
up.
that arrived first. So you may drag your tokens onto this part down here.
I'm just gonna say you can no longer accuse Finro of being racist because he called Rod Finro.
What?
Ew, what does it
He
even
just
mean?
mixes up.
What does
I
that
don't
have to
know
do
what
with
it means.
racism?
No, because last time I
Yo.
said fine when talking to Sawyer.
Yo, are you?
Oh yeah, that was racist.
Well, you still haven't
Oh, that-
proven that all tieflings don't look the same to you.
Yeah.
Also,
You're
you
still
just have to
with
use
your own race.
Everybody
Yeah.
looks the same.
you have to use the excuse that you're just from a different time, a
Yeah.
simpler time.
He's before the fucking the seamstress left our world. It was a different time.
True.
Everyone was racist back then.
No, I mean,
I mean,
I think, Curtis, he might, he might have been racist.
the,
Or sorry, Eustace. My bad. Curtis is their last name. My bad. And we need a blue Yoshi and the rest of you. Please drag your tokens onto the map.
Please
oh,
drag your blue Yoshi onto the map.
I was on.
It's a small Yoshi.
Yeah, it's baby
I-
Yoshi now.
I can't grow him.
Oh, that's right. Whoop. Bloop, 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 bloop.
I can no longer raise him.
So as you guys
Must construct
enter
additional pylons.
this cave, you notice a sparkling, slimy trail on the ground. It's the first thing you notice. The sweet sounds of the song are still plain to hear, and now with a few other stanzas and phrases. You hear these echoing throughout the cavern, and you notice, you see this little guy. There is a little crab that is following along the sparkling trail, and making its way through the cavern and towards the center.
That's a lot of fucking crabs.
Indeed. And you see as the lot of them are skittering, like insert Mr. Krabs walking sound here.
It's a crab rave.
Oh yeah.
And you see Poe follows along, and Kenta and Yagi, they all move towards that direction. You see, it is dim, but it gets brighter towards this portion of the cave. Let me get all the little crabs in place. All right. Do you guys head all the way in?
Yes. Just gonna.
All right. Then you see, rounding the corner, I can go ahead and turn off the fog. Can you guys see the map now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. You see, sitting atop the rock in the middle is the most gorgeous girl that you've ever seen, with the tail of a fish, a mermaid. And she sits there, humming her tune, singing out, and you feel the reverberation of her voice at the heart of your soul. And you need, essentially, to get to her. And so Poe runs up here, Yagi runs up there as well, and Kichiro along with them. And she greets you as you enter, saying, "Well, hello. Welcome." Oh, sorry. It was very quiet. My bad. Hello, and welcome.
Was that Nap?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
No. Welcome to my home.
A cool ass looking snail.
Mine's just gonna like.
That's Gale.
What's he do?
Oh, he, well, to be perfectly honest, he attracts things into my cavern.
You see, his kind, excrete a valuable trail of sorts that lures in lovely people like you.
Can I pet him?
I wouldn't, but you're welcome to do as you like. My home is yours.
Finally just gonna look around, because we read like last session that we kind of figured out what the Shell of Darning was in that location, right? We kind of figured it out.
Right?
Yeah. So fine with that image in his head, just gonna look around, because that's what he's looking for. Just anything that like gives him like you know.
I want to take a
Yeah.
closer look at the cool snail.
Fine, to answer your question, you can make a perception check.
Yeah. Because that's like, probably what he would do like in that situation, right? As he enters 14.
And you see the crabs are just kind of like slowly undulating back and forth with their claws in the air, seemingly entranced by the figure on the rock. And the snail as well, along with them. They're kind of all in sync doing this little dance. Or not dance, but it's a little wave. Fine. You don't see any sort of webs, no corruption, thankfully no crawling dusk. You see around you this very pure and almost ethereal type of landscape, right? The rocks are glowing with these, with a sort of aqua illuminescence. There are two other figures in the water that jump up and dance, and with the crabs all, rocking back and forth in this motion. It all seems very dreamlike, surreal, and surreal to the point of it being almost too beautiful. But you don't see any signs of, of darning.
This might be like something they accidentally showed, but do I see this figure specifically or no? It's like hidden away.
Who?
This guy.
Yes,
On
you
the
do.
chain.
And you see
Oh.
there is a guy that is has a shackle around his neck. He's holding a what looks to be some sort of harp made out of a beast's bones. He's only wearing rags. The picture doesn't exactly depict how he is in his current state. He is currently on his knees, just his head down, just cradling this instrument, and just silently weeping.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna ask the mermaid. Who is that? And I just point the guy.
She... Hang on. She responds and says,
Oh, please, call me Lumi. And that over there is my most prized possession. Here, I'll show you. Yuta, darling, play us something nice.
and you see as he initially he stays down. I gotta actually roll something for him. You see him try to just keep clutching his instrument, but he rises unsteadily. And you see now, like you can see his rib cage. He's nearly nothing but skin and bones at this point. He's grown a beard that it seems just unkempt and not exactly styled or anything like that. It's very rugged. And he stands shakily and begins plucking away at his instrument. Whoop.
What was
Sorry.
the mermaid name again? Actually, writing the names down.
Lumi.
Lumi. Okay. Yeah. So that's all I see. Okay. Hmm.
And she begins humming along with the tune that he plays.
I observe, study the snail's behavior. Like if he seems aggressive or if he seems peaceful.
Sawyer's a zoologist.
Yeah. Let's do I would say either animal handling or insight.
What do I have better? They're both the same.
Ayo.
Wisdom based.
Fuck.
Fuck. Yeah.
Oh, dude. This guy, I mean, you heard his name. A little Gale. He couldn't hurt a fly, man. He's just vibing with the crabs. He looks just lovely. He looks like it'd give you a big smooch.
Bro, I can't believe you guys fucking fell for snail excrement.
Yeah. I mean, that snail's so shiny, you know?
It is shiny.
Bro, I love me some snail slime.
I'm gonna slowly approach it. Like very slowly.
All
And
right.
just kind of see what it does. Like,
Are you
like
gonna
I'm, like,
down smash when you
alert.
get close?
But I'm gonna do it a little bit in the air, so I have like plenty of mobility in case he like is really fast or something.
All right. I'll say you do approach him with that insight check. You believe that this creature is going to be entirely friendly. So you walk up to him, expecting to simply pet the creature and be all good. But as soon as you get close enough, the little flails at the top there, they all lash out at you at
Oh,
once.
shit.
But does a 13 hit your armor class?
No.
So you do approach it carefully, you know, in flight mode, kind of just hovering towards it. And when you notice that it stops its undulation, like as you grow closer, it slowly slows its pattern of bobbing side to side until it's perfectly still. And it suddenly, like after being so still, you get close enough and it tries to lash out at you, but you manage to dodge all of its appendages.
Can I try to calm it down?
Yeah. Go for an animal handling check.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Or
no.
persuasion. Sorry, too late.
No, let him do persuasion. It'll be funny.
Yeah,
honestly,
it'll be really funny.
He has -1 for remember.
Oh!
Uh,
That was hilarious.
no, see, it's not funny if you do better. And then it's less funny.
I would say you do have disadvantage on that, seeing as this creature is hostile towards you.
God damn it.
Unfortunately.
Let's see.
So you see it still is currently now just like frozen. It looks exactly as its image does there. It's no longer undulating, but it's just it doesn't exactly have eyes, but it looks as though it's like facing you and is scarily still.
Bro, I don't know why, but that word makes me fucking sick to my stomach.
Undulating?
Sorry.
Don't.
Sorry about
What are
that. I can try to not say that.
No,
Don't
you're
keep using
fine.
it.
It's. I don't know why, but just. I have a very vivid image of stuff just undulating right now, and it's not sitting well with me. Oh my
see.
god.
Wait, so So from what I understand, this snail lured the crabs in here, right?
Yes. It seems as though each of them have like a little bit of the sparkly dust on their pincers, and they are currently just vibing. Like they got the pincers in the air and are rocking back and forth.
What do snails eat?
That is a good question. Not salt. Believe it or not.
Did the crabs just like happen to get affected by him, or
No, they eat tieflings.
Yeah.
no? Because I want to see
Yum.
if he wants to eat a
Banging.
crab, and see if I can like feed him a crab.
All right. Well, hey, you've had I think your action for now at least. Fine had his action as well, so it would be at this point that the next crew shows up at the cavern entrance. So that was Gleam, Perry, Fenro, and Rod.
Sorry.
All right.
Where's our boat?
It's docked. Like at the
okay.
at the little
is it-
outcropping.
I thought this was water on the ground this whole time.
Oh
I forgot.
no, sorry. This
And
is
like they were standing on rocks. Okay, that makes so
This
much
is
more
dark.
sense.
this is
Yeah.
solid rocks, and then there's some water, on the interior here.
Okay, I gotcha.
I forgot about this fucking feature, Christ.
You see Gleam immediately like ducks down towards this trail and goes, "No way, no way, no way, no way!" And she like picks some of it up and goes, "Oh, this is so cool."
William, you good?
I did. Listen, I just never thought I'd see this. They're
What
so
is it?
rare. Oh gosh, I'm getting distracted. She like flicks it off of her fingers. We can
Really
look
not
into that.
dangerous.
We can look into that later. Just know it comes from a really rare creature that I'm kind of obsessed with. Anyway,
Oh,
let's keep going.
all right.
But
Oh.
carefully. And
Yeah,
I
let Rod
will
and I go first.
want you guys to make stealth checks as you pitter patter your way in.
Easy.
Bro, what type of armor you guys wearing?
Wait, what
Sawyer,
would George
you-
both checks?
George isn't there, sadly.
Oh, what type of armor are you
Finro
wearing?
is literally transparent.
Easy.
I think Fearbolgs do
Oh.
have the ability to turn invisible on
Literally,
a bonus
yeah.
action.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But
I
I
don't
don't have
know-
that because of Reborn.
Yeah, I was about to say.
You can either choose like Reborn stuff or having the class or the other race features.
So,
I have
Coleman
a
is
scale
three?
mail.
Okay.
You
I
also
don't know.
have like a +6 thing or D6 thing they have as a reborn that you can do.
Yeah.
You should keep that in mind, man. I'm gonna keep reminding you.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. You get funny disadvantage.
Rodrigo
Okay, well,
does.
it's still 16.
Or
Fenro
Fenro.
does, because scale. I don't know what Rod's wearing.
Rod, what are you wearing?
Fine clothes and chainmail.
Oh yeah, that's a disadvantage.
But I don't think
great.
it matters.
So then, then I roll a nat 1. So,
You do trip and fall into the snail trail, and you
Awesome.
are now covered in like glittery gold, and jewel, kind of this like array of colors that is glistening and sparkling.
Bro,
it's a
can
little
we
bit
get-
it's a little bit viscous, but you just went face first into the trail. Now you have like a
Ew.
line going from your forehead down to like your knee.
Hey, bro, can we just get Rod some, like, fucking sneakers that don't require tying? Because I feel he trips a lot, bud. And I feel like it's
Yeah.
probably just untied shoes. Let's just get him some Velcro, like, kicks.
give me some Crocs, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod!
Hey, Gleam, real quick. You said this is from a rare creature. You don't know if that thing's like violent or, dangerous or anything like that?
Oh, and she's going to try to remember.
She loves this thing. Come on.
Yeah, so, yes, yeah, it is. I was trying to remember, because they're really cool. They, like, eat up gems and precious, materials, and they, leave this just glittering and gorgeous trail. I mean, you can see it right there. But if you get too
Really
close,
pretty.
it has an instinct to protect itself. Being so shiny, it is preyed upon a lot in the wild. So it naturally will protect itself.
Fair enough. Some sort of slug or something?
Yeah, a flail snail.
Alright, that sounds dangerous. If I see a snail, I will keep my distance.
But at the tripping, you do see as Lumi steps or kind of flops backwards a little bit.
What was that? Hello? Who's there? Must have been the wind.
You guys?
No, I'm just kidding.
You guys,
Must be my imagination.
I mean, there is something talking in
Down
there.
the jet.
Think it's willing to chat? Maybe just let our friends go?
Frog, go get them.
You see as make another roll for Blue Yoshi. We'll say at this point, this would require a new charisma saving throw.
Oh boy, his best stat.
Honestly, it is though.
I believe.
See,
He has a -4.
Hop, 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 hop. You guys see Blue Yoshi approach, and he's going to attempt to swallow the first one that he sees.
Oh,
that's
Fenro.
Finny Boy.
Does Sawyer
Hey,
notice that
hey,
Blue
Blue
Yoshi
Yoshi?
listens to her, by the way?
You do.
Wait, before
but
he tries.
currently you don't see anything wrong with
Wait.
that.
Okay.
Can I make like an insight check or something
Oh wait, whoops.
to
Sorry.
see if he's going to try and swallow me?
yeah.
Yes,
you
may.
Or do I just know he's gonna try to swallow me?
You're just happy to see him.
I would say it is. Make that insight check, yeah.
All right.
Dude, Blue Yoshi's just hopping back. It seems like things must be okay. Blue Yoshi is all good. He's just coming to greet you. But does a 14 hit your armor class?
It does not.
Yeah. So, but although you think that he's coming with good intentions, you see him begin to open its big gaping mouth, and you think for a second it's just like exhaling or smiling, but the opening gets wider and wider until it becomes very clear that he's about to try to gulp you up, and you jump out of the way in time as he lunges forward and snaps his mouth shut.
Blue Yoshi, what the hell? What tarnation you doing, son?
He's gonna go after Gleam now.
I'm gonna. Do I have time to do something?
I would say yes.
point?
Yeah.
Okay. I use command on Blue Yoshi.
Ooh. What save is that?
So he has to make a wisdom.
What command you issuing to him? You get one funny word. It doesn't even
yeah.
have to be from the list.
Sawyer, would you
Oh.
make that wisdom save?
Blue Yoshi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be a 14. I swear to God, if you get to 14. Okay. No.
Okay.
All right. What was the command again?
I was gonna say return if that would mean, or I guess flee. Tell him to just
Oh.
go back to the boat.
Oh, flee to the boat. Okay. So he goes and hops away. Like, you saw him, like, beginning to open his mouth, but he does that thing where, like, a dog is reaching towards a treat it knows it's not supposed to have. And it just kind of, like, still goes towards it, Gleam just a smidge further, but then closes its mouth and frowns and goes... and begins hopping away.
All right, well, he didn't seem in a good mood. Or actually, I guess he does just typically try to swallow people as like a sign of affection. But
Yeah, he did that a couple times when we were making snow creations.
yeah, well, you want to take a peek? There was somebody talking, so let's be careful.
Yeah.
You see Perry steps in front of Gleam. And then they usher, or like do a sign, like a go, for you two to go ahead of him. And as you step forward, you see, you don't see, the mermaid, the siren yet, but you do see, all these crabs, absolutely vibing, just rocking back and forth with their pincers in the air. And your friends over here from the crew up on the rock, seemingly just enthralled with something over the ridge. And you see, from that angle, you just barely see kind of the some of the just some of the figure of the Flail Snail, and then you see Sawyer hovering above the waters.
Trying to touch the snail.
All right, well, at least we're in the right place.
Okay.
Is that snail you were talking about?
It's hard to tell. But I think that's where the trail leads.
What do you think everybody's staring at? Those crabs and stuff hanging out.
Yeah,
It's that Kentapo and
Yagi. And fine.
yeah. Hope they're all right. At least they're alive right now. You want to try to get somewhere else we can get a better look?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to sneak up on our friends. See if we can maybe knock a couple of them out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
like a plan.
And we're gonna take the stealth rolls from earlier. What were Gleam and her stealth? Did I forget to roll their stealth?
I think you did.
Awesome.
I think Rod rolled a 1 and
Yeah.
And we all got so impressed by that. We were just like, wow.
well, let's see.
Oh, that's not good, Perry.
How did Gleam do?
Oh, they both.
Oh, it's
You
still
rolled both on Perry.
I did roll on Gleam's character sheet. I'm
Oh, so
Not
that's
sure
what
why
happened
it-
earlier then, huh?
Yeah, I'm not sure why it comes across. Oh, that would be why. Sorry. She's named correctly for the token, but in her character sheet it says Perry. Sorry.
That'd do it.
Apologies. That was an oversight from the DM.
And you're all chill. Makes a lot more sense though.
So I would say Gleam does get up to you fine, taps your shoulder, and you were enthralled with this entity in front of you. You believed that this was the key, right? That she would reveal where the children of Darning are. That they were somewhere in here. You just needed to get close enough to her to learn the truth. But suddenly, as Gleam gets up to you and taps you on the shoulder, and out of your mouth and eyes and ears shines a pale white light, a low, dim, pale white light, it is revealed to you that this was a lie. That this creature has deceived you. That there is nothing related to darning here.
Let's just say Fine is fucking pissed.
But Perry gets to about here. And she, Lumi, looks to all of you and says,
Well, your friends are clever, aren't they? Yuta, play us something lively.
I need everybody to roll initiative.
Let's fucking go.
Click on your
Please,
tokens.
God. Oh yeah, I didn't click on the fucking token. Shit.
Why do I always get a 20? It feels like for initiative.
You're using loaded dice.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna make a joke about you being a 20 out of 10, but loaded dice is probably more accurate.
But yeah, I got a 9. So, do I just re-roll and then that?
Reroll it and then you can edit it.
Hey, Mitch, do you want this ion?
Oh,
art?
I got a 9 again, so I don't even have to do that.
What's up?
Do you want this
No,
ion art I just came
Cody,
across?
you have to go with your
Yes.
Yes.
Master ion.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Here, I'll send it to you.
Wait. Ion?
Yeah. I just
I
opened up Twitter
know
and
that
it
guy.
there.
Forgot to do vigilant blessing again.
Oh.
Oh, nuts.
What's the point of even having it? If they don't want to use it.
We need to just have an alarm that plays whenever we're getting close to going into combat. That just
We're about to go into
lets-
contact.
Vigilant
Vigilant blessing. Vigilant blessing.
To be fair, does the video blessing last for 24 hours or some shit?
Oh,
Till the
Last-
24 hours till the next time you roll
This tight.
initiative.
Didn't you actually like cast it like?
Hey,
Wait.
thank you.
Actually,
Yeah,
that is true. You
yeah,
cast
didn't you
it
use it?
when we got back on the boat.
Yeah.
Because you
I don't think
remembered
it's
on the
24
boat, and
hours.
it's been less than 24.
Yeah.
If we're right on that time limit, you have the sheet in front of you.
Yeah. So I think you should have advantage.
This benefit ends immediately after the roll, or if you use this feature again. So it's not even 24 hours. It's just until you roll or use it again. on
Well,
somebody
there
else.
you go.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you
No,
have
you
it.
got
You
advantage.
have it.
Can re-roll again. See if you get higher.
I believe, Rod.
Hey,
a little bit better.
hey, it's better.
Hey,
A little
Cole,
bit better.
yeah.
what do you think of that picture I just sent you?
You finally did it.
Oh, no, I didn't do it.
Oh.
I was telling my coworker about it because he was playing his Switch, which had all the, like, outerwear replaced. So the Joy-Con shells, the Switch shell, everything. It's like, yeah, I couldn't get it put back together, and he's like, oh, bring it in, I'll look at it. And then, he just texted me saying he finished it and got it all
Nice.
working. And I was like, I gotta pay you, and he's like, no, I just enjoyed learning how to do Pro controllers, so thanks for that.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'll be bringing it in tomorrow, and I can finally use it after over a year.
And thank you for the patience. I wasn't sure how many of the NPCs would end up in the cave because it depended on their roles.
Hey, Mitch, you
What
forgot to roll initiative for someone important.
Who?
All the crabs.
All the crabs, baby.
Bro, let's go. All right, you make a good point. We
Uh,
do
No,
need
no,
to
no,
know
it was
when
a
the
joke,
crabs
it
are
was a joke.
vibing.
Legitimately?
Is that one giant and an enemy?
What?
Oh,
Does
God.
it have a weak
Is it-
spot?
This one?
Yeah.
That one is massive.
No,
Without
it's
a
a
doubt.
Okay,
medium
but is it
crab.
giant?
Let's be honest. It's a
It is
medium enemy
technically
crab.
classified as a giant crab.
A giant enemy crab? Possibly?
I need to use my free roll to check its weak spot.
so he can hit it for massive damage.
Yeah.
Whether it's an enemy or not is up to you.
Oh, there it is. By the way, Mitch, seeing the crabs here is throwing me back to one of my old D&D groups.
Yeah?
Because one of the people who is a player and occasional DM, his absolute favorite theoretical encounter was 500 crabs.
Dude. Oh my god.
The thing is, they have a high chance of winning because even though their stats are shit, action economy wise, they have a huge advantage.
Gosh.
So,
That would be...
it ends up being more of a interesting challenge than you'd expect.
I was
But
about to
also,
say,
500 crabs.
it's an interesting theory, but
Oh, we
I
never
don't know how
got
you would
to
like...
in practice.
Yeah, how
Trust
you would
me.
put it into practice without it becoming a little monotonous. I was thinking like there
Fucking
might be a
crab
way if you
rolls.
made like a custom enemy that is just like 500 crabs, but it's technically the swarm, right? Like they all kind
Yeah,
of accumulate.
Well,
and-
I mean, there is like a why can't I think of the word? A precedent for swarms of tiny creatures. And,
Yeah.
and because like I'm pretty sure you can just type in swarm on 5e tools, and there's
yeah,
like a
there's
whole
a swarm
shit
of
of them.
rats, bats,
Beetles,
cats.
centipedes, ravens, foreboding spiders.
Oh, let's go.
Anyway, oh, and books, of course, because, you need a swarm of books.
All right. Well, Sawyer, it is your turn. You lead the order.
I'm still under the thing, aren't I?
You are. So currently, you believe that she is going to build you a fantastic mech. That she has it somewhere in here. It's probably behind the waterfall.
Why am I not surprised?
Can I be fixated enough on the snail to ignore that?
That's fair. Yes.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna spend my turn trying to feed a crab to a snail.
Oh,
All right, make
And
a
see if it likes it. Actually, wait, no. Actually, I did. Or no, technically, I don't have that information. Never mind.
make me a I would say dexterity check to catch one of the crabs.
oh shit.
Oh yeah, you got this one. He tried to
Mix
skid
the
her
one
away
in the
from you,
middle.
but you snagged him.
I'm gonna offer it out as like a kind of peace offering. Like it's like I'm offer like he can like I'm offering give snail crab.
All right. Let's say we figure out what happens with that on the snail's turn.
Wait, the snail have a turn?
Oh, did I not roll for the snail? I did not. Classic.
The snail rolls a
Only the crabs.
27.
I do have a smile on my face while I do it, so it knows I'm friendly.
Word.
There we go.
Oh, by the way, Mitch, 5e Tools has a thing where you can literally scale creature by CR. It doesn't really work as it should, but if you scale a crab up to CR 30, it has a plus 11 to hit and deals 392 flat bludgeoning on a hit.
Excuse me?
Wait, what's CR?
Bro, the god crab.
Rating.
The god crab.
And, with 16 AC and 462 hit points and a total of 30 con and 21 dex.
That's
It's
theoretically
like stronger than a
beatable.
fucking Tarask.
Theoretically
fuck?
beatable though. That's wicked.
Theoretical god
crab. So, Nick, to answer your question about what CR is, it's challenge rating, and what it represents is what's considered a good challenge for a party of 4 players at that level. So this CR30 crab would be a good challenge by itself for a party of 4 level 30 players. I love CR30. And the fucking temporary scalar thing breaks so fucking hard when you do low-level monsters.
That crab would be the size of a cove.
It's freaking wild, man. I want to see a rat. It's CR30 rat.
Alright, I gotcha.
You see
We've
as
got you
Kenta
on
on
rat.
his turn leaps the gap and readies his shield in front of Lumi. As she seemingly looks like, it does that innocent, like, cowering look, where she seems like, oh, like, thank goodness you came to my rescue.
The rat is literally just the crab again. Like, almost blow for blow, just the crab. Apparently, rats and crabs are very similar at their base.
Wait, how do you do this?
Lena's gonna rush to Poe, tap him on the shoulder, and release him from Lumi's enchantment. And he
Alright,
goes,
we
"Huh?
can...
Huh?
Oh.
Whoa! All right. What's happening? Well, I could have sworn she was about to make me a gourmet meal. Is that not happening? Clean goes, no. Come on, Poe, snap out of it.
We can finally leave. We got everyone important fixed.
Yeah.
So I accidentally did CR30 on an Arakakra, and its talent does 119 D4 plus 6 slashing damage.
Wow.
19?
54.
Wait,
That's a lot of dice.
I gotta check something. Tarask, CR scale down from 30
That's
to 0.
a lot of ones.
You and I had the same idea. Golly.
That would just like fucking rip through everybody.
Just imagine trying to fight this Tarask and it hits you and it deals 1 point of slashing damage.
Did you drop it down to CR 1/8?
I dropped it down to CR 0. Funniest part though is it still has siege monster, reflective carapace, magic resistance, and legendary resistances.
Yo.
And all fucking
Yeah.
damage immunities.
I'm assuming it doesn't change that
That's
stuff because
wild.
that's like they have
Yeah,
to like.
it doesn't
finish
change any of
manually.
the base stuff, yeah.
Yeah. All the number stuff, they could just fucking have a bot do it.
Yep.
A baboon with challenge 30 does 150 D4 plus 10 piercing damage when it bites. And it
I
has,
love the fact they just add more dice.
That's a strong monkey jaw. Alright,
With
Fenro, what are you doing?
with all it.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Now, you want us to keep talking about
I don't wanna
CR30s and
interrupt
give you
also.
more time?
I think. Yeah, no.
Holy shit.
So I get up to there. I'm going to go ahead. Dude's pretty far. That little crab. I'm gonna insight check the crabs, see if they are aggressive.
You gotta
Go for
You
it.
gonna check on Operation Crab Crab?
Are these crabs
Nice.
aggressive?
Yo, can Cole have advantage
Tell me
on this
straight.
one?
So you do read these crabs like right down to the shell. They
What are these crabs up to?
you know what they're about. They have each like dug up a bunch of this like viscous, shiny, kind of jewel-esque trail, and so all of their claws are like covered in this kind of rainbow metallic fluid, and they just have them like their claws up in the air, and they're just rocking back and forth to the tune that the fellow on that's shackled is playing. And it seems as though they are gonna keep on vibing, and
Alright.
have no plans to attack, even the big one.
Alright, they're vibers. I can respect that. That said, I will. Let me check the range on this. Man, I don't know, dude. At this range, I can't even see anything above these rocks, I'm assuming.
You cannot.
Okay.
Yeah, at that angle, you see the crabs. You see this. You do see the snail now because it's up on a little pedestal. You
Yeah.
see your friends up on the rocks, but you don't see past it.
Alright, knowing that Poe isn't much of a fighter, I'm gonna give him Shield of Faith.
Hey, right on. That gives him a +2.
Yep.
Nice.
And then with that, I will just chill out.
Does he see Sawyer trying to feed a crab to his
That-
snail?
Boosts him to 15. Nice. Yeah, you do see Sawyer wrestling a crab and kind of just like inching it forward towards this snail's mouth as it continues to like reel backwards.
Finro is not surprised at all.
You can't even tell if fucking Sawyer is brainwashed or not. Mind controlled or whatever.
Hey, I feel like you guys should all know. A CR30 Flump with its tendril attack does 305, or rather 553 piercing damage plus 305 acid damage.
Nice.
Did you see the roll I did for the dolphin slam?
At the end of
2 dice.
At the end of each of its turns, the target must make a DC 20 con saving throw, taking 305 acid damage on a failure.
Nice.
Bro, who wins, CR30 Flump or a Tarask?
So I'm dead.
Why did you do a Constitution save?
To see if I would survive the acid.
Oh,
The pump.
fair enough.
The challenge 30 draft horse does 243 d4 plus 8 bludgeoning damage with his hooves.
That is pretty wicked. All right, Rodrigo, what you doing?
I'm not sure.
Look at the
Rod with the
third
bod, what's going on?
Can I... Rod, grab some of that goo. On your way over.
He already has.
It's already
He
on.
is completely
Very
caked in it.
I'm literally a
That is
cake of goo.
You're a
Perfect.
cake, alright.
I'm gonna inspect the cake on my body.
Okay. Roll me investigation.
Snail salmon? Hey.
Wow.
It is not snail semen, believe it or not.
Shit.
Oh, thank Christ.
It is, you gather the trail that does excrete from that snail over there. But you, inspecting it, it looks, kind of shiny, shimmering, and metallic. Almost like a melted precious metal. And you think that it might be immensely valuable. I'll say
gonna
that
turn-
much.
I'm gonna turn to Finro. This stuff feels valuable. I think it's worth something.
Alright,
Yeah.
well,
And I do mean,
pretty
yeah,
nice.
monetarily. And maybe
I want to
more.
grab some on the way out, maybe.
Philip, you should fall in it too. You know, then you're covered in it. It's the most you can get out of it.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to, but armor wouldn't really, doesn't stick. A
Yeah.
little bit of an issue.
We get in a
Roll,
drug
roll, your,
dealing.
roll your arms in it, you know? Put it in
Oh,
your
yeah.
hair.
Now that I like.
Bro, that would look badass in the hair, though.
It's been a while since I last got nice and dirty at the farms, so
I'm gonna slick my hair back with
Let you know.
with a snail cake.
I don't know how long.
Oh,
Finro used to hang out
Rodrigo?
with the pigs just hanging in the fucking sty.
Rodrigo,
Underneath my helmet, obviously.
you
You wouldn't
look
be able to see it.
rad as hell.
That's what I'm fucking talking about. Honestly.
Honestly, all
want-
the times he's ever rolled bad don't matter, because right now he looks rad as hell.
I got a cool helmet, but underneath the helmet, I got really expensive hair. So, you know.
It's not about specifically looking good, it's about sending a message.
Yeah, I don't want people to think I'm poor.
So
Exactly.
that was your free check. Are you
Yeah.
doing anything else with your turn?
I don't know if I'm in range of anything else.
you can like move around.
I already moved 30 feet.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all I can really do.
Or,
Can I get something like Sacred Flame ready, even if I don't have a target?
Yeah, you can ready an action.
Okay, I'm gonna just ready Sacred Flame.
And what for? What are you looking for?
In case something attacks me or Fenro, since we're back to back, so shoulder to shoulder.
All right. So if an ally
Butt
is
to butt,
attacked,
I was about to say
And
butt
the-
cheek to butt cheek.
yeah.
the
Cheek on
guiding
cheek.
bolt will sail.
Sacred
Alright.
Flame. I don't want to die.
The Flail Snail. Oh, Sacred Flame. Gotcha. And so the Flail Snail, Sawyer, you're inching this crab towards it. I need you to make a persuasion check.
I'm -1 persuasion.
It'll be great. We already saw you're so good at it. See?
All right, now let's see. Let's say this.
Nick
would
out
be-
here. Nick out here trying to act like he's ever gonna do poorly with his loaded dice.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
bro. The snail kind of
Snail.
purses its weird floppy lips.
It's got
And
floppy lips.
it does. ATC.
Yo, are we talking like Morty from Rick and Morty? Like,
Oh, wait, no, that's
flaccid
not a mouth.
dick lip?
Is that a mouth? Is that its mouth?
It's whatever you want it to be,
Mouth.
honestly.
Bro.
I would
Oh,
like
no.
I would like for it to be a mouth.
Word.
I need
Um,
somewhere to put this crab.
But it
I need an adult.
you're kind of just like yeah, just kind of smushing it into the flail snail. And you see like
Well,
the crab is just kind of getting covered in more of this shiny, valuable excretion from the flail snail. And honestly, it's kind of loving it. But since you did get close enough, it is going to lash out at you. Oh, actually, make me a wisdom saving throw. As its shell begins to emanate a vast and bright light. All right, goodness. You are stunned by the light as you're approaching it and like trying to shove this crab into the snail. Its tendrils at the top there just start wiggling like wildly, and the shell itself produces like a stun grenade effect, and you are stunned. We'll show that with
Getting
a
stunned.
little lightning bolt thing. Let's see, we'll go with this one. No. What's like a stun symbol? Yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, so, next up, we have one of the creatures in the waters. It's Going to go 1. Let's see, it can just make it to there. And it will. See, that is a... Oh, does not have the range for that. So it is simply going to move. You see it kind of readying itself. Alright, Yagi is also going to leap across and take a defensive stance. Alright, Finewynn.
Okay, so if I attempt to fire, she's gonna have extra AC, right? Because the two dudes are covering her, or how's that gonna work?
From your vantage point, no.
Oh, okay, sick. Well, first off, I'm gonna take out my oath bow, and I'm gonna fucking say those elvish words and make her my sworn enemy.
Has it been a week?
Yes, because I remember when I asked, like, it's been like 6 days, and that was like a few days ago. I went to what was it called?
I mean, to be fair, it was
The Observer
before we
crash
even
site?
got to Bonobo May. It's been a while.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe yes. All right. So it does go through. You feel you feel yourself hold the intention and place that intention upon Lumi, this entity that is now your sworn enemy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna, it's with advantage, so let's see. Okay, 21.
That it's
Okay. I'm gonna do bonus action, Planar Warrior, which is an extra 1d8. And, oh yeah, and also, what was it called? Let me just do that one. That's an extra, so that's 7 damage. And I'm gonna do Favored Foe, which is a free action. So that's an extra 1d4.
okay.
And then I'm gonna roll the 3d6 for, what was it called? Okay, so that's 2 plus 3, that's 5, 5, 5, 10. 17 damage.
17 damage. Nicely done, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you pull back this bow, you know, the strings and needles starting to form around it. You release it, and the needles spiral around it, guiding this bolt straight into this creature's stomach, like the side of its stomach, and it like grabs it and holds it there. She screams out and looks directly at you, appalled at how this could have happened. All right, let me see. Let me adjust her health bar. All right, giant crab time. Oh yeah. Booyah, 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 booyah. All right, giant crab vibes.
Yeah.
This one will come to here, hop up out of the water, and will strike out at you, Fine. Let's see, it will do... one of these, and
Misses.
one of these.
If it's not advantage, it misses again.
Oh gosh, yeah, and both of them miss. You see as it leaps up and first rends its claw down at you, and then following through with that strike, its tail flicks some of the scales off of its form at you. But they all, you manage to juke the scales and the claw.
Okay.
That is its turn. Poe will be like, Alright, we gotta get out of here, right? Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I'll hang back here with you guys.
Yeah, of course. How you doing, Poe? Hanging in there.
Yeah, I will say this is, I've never been in a battle before. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, that's why I gave you that shield, bud. We're gonna get you out of here. Everything's gonna be good.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
I don't know what those crabs
Plus-
are doing, man.
You came here looking for a meal? I don't know. Did he say that out loud?
Yeah, he did.
You came here looking for a meal? You know that anything here couldn't have been as good as anything we would make.
You're totally right. You're totally right, man. Okay. Alright. Focus, Poe. Come on. Next
Poe, I'm
up.
not gonna force you to stay here, but you either run away or you stay here and maybe help us out a little bit. Up to you.
Alright. Let's see. Next up is Lumi. I apologize. That was her name that had changed. Alright, we're going to do... She's going to look straight at Fine and sing out another of these phrases. And I need you to make a charisma saving throw. As you feel the pull on your mind. And once again, you think to yourself, wait, what am I doing? I can't kill this lady. She's going to take me to the children of Darning. And you are now charmed by her.
Awesome.
And you are charmed in the sense that you feel you need to get closer to her. So when it comes to your turn, you can make a save at the end of the turn to save from it, but you gotta make your way closer to her.
Oh yeah, did they make a save when they got to her? Actually, now that you make that point, just remember.
Oh, these two. They did
Yeah.
not. Good call. Kenta and Yagi. Let's see, charisma.
Oh, awesome.
Oh man, yeah, no, they are strong-willed in their resolve to protect Lumi. The crabs do still be vibing.
I like to
Little-
imagine the
little
like
rocks
screeching
moving.
in the background in this song is the crabs.
Yeah. Dude. I'm with you on that one. Alright, next up is Perry. She's going to immediately run to you, Fine, and snap you out of your charmed effect.
Right.
Say, stay with us. Or, sorry, she does not say anything. She just looks at you and gives a nod.
No, I'm not that.
Alright, Sawyer, we're back to you.
What does stunned mean?
Oh, that's right. Stun
It means-
means you can't do squat.
And I also believe people have advantage on attack rolls against you.
Frank.
You make a good
If
point.
I-
The crab's taking a swing.
Like,
Oh
He's
yeah,
pissed. You're holding them.
how am I? What?
A stunned creature is incapacitated and can't move. Automatically fail strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Does a 14 hit
Bro,
you?
if you're holding,
No, it does not.
if you're
Dang it.
holding a crab, it can still pinch you. Come on.
But I'm saying,
It's
how can
trying.
it? If I'm holding it the right way, it can't. But I guess
Yeah,
it doesn't
no.
matter if I'm stunned.
No, you got it. The
Get
crab
out of here being like, how can he slap?
can't manage to get you.
Quoting a classic, you know?
Alright, Kenta will remain where he is. Galeem has used 3, I think. So she will now yeah, she will now send off a guiding bolt.
Ooh.
Did it do a... Is that to hit? My word.
Yes.
Alright, good stuff.
Easy hit.
She absolutely does hit as she forms a bolt of moonlight that seems to form its way through the ceiling cavern, or the cavern ceiling. And, let's see. Guiding bolt does 4d6. Nice.
Nice. Hey.
Alright, 13 damage.
And the next attack has advantage.
You're darn right. She gets blasted with this moonlight. You see as, unexpectedly, she smiles at this, where she scowled and screamed at Finewynn. When the moonlight hits her, yeah, she smiles, seemingly enjoying the embrace of the moonlight. Though it singes her and hurts, she seems to, be enthralled in the moment of being washed with the moonlight. Fenro.
Alright. Let's see. Finro is gonna scoop up some of the goo from Rod
Right on, right on.
and go up to this crab, the giant crab, and feed him as much of the goo as he can.
Oh.
Right on. And it's at this point that you do see the creatures in the water and the entity sitting on the rock.
Whoa! Why did nobody tell me about these things? I knew there were crabs in a snail, but
Why? What's up there?
it's like a mermaid and something in the water. I can't exactly tell. But,
I'm sorry, did you say mermaid?
Yeah, that must be the singing, right?
That can't be good.
And you also see the fellow who is shackled at the neck and playing on his instrument.
And there's a guy playing an instrument over there. Looks like a harp. Yeah, there's some wild stuff. You might want to come up here, buddy.
Finro, what did I tell you about lying?
I don't know what you told me about that, but I promise you I'm not lying.
You can't just say things.
I'm not. I promise you. Anyway, I'm giving this lol. I'm trying to convince this crab with a bribe of goo to help us fight and maybe be a friend.
Go ahead and roll me persuasion.
Man, I was really hoping for handling.
You know what? I think, sorry, this could be animal handling. I'm gonna give you that roll as well.
Alright, I mean, I already rolled the nat 1, so...
That's true. That's fair. Okay. Yeah, you go towards this crab with rainbow goop in hand, but it's like bobbing side to side a little too fast now. And you can't seem to you just can't seem to catch him. You're following his movements back and forth, but yeah, he's just too speedy with his rocking and rolling.
Hey, fine, real quick.
Yeah?
You think you could hit a shot in those chains over there? Break that guy out?
Probably, but I don't know if my arrow would just break those chains like that.
I guess that's fair.
At a quick glance, they do look rather rusted, and they're at their furthest extent, so they are pulled taut as he's sitting there, kind of just leaning forwards, silently weeping and playing.
Oh, so would I, from where I'm like sitting, could I just possibly shoot it, and if it does land, like free him?
It's possible.
All right.
Also, I'm assuming that the feeding the dude was a regular action.
Yes.
Alright, I'm
That
gonna
was.
use my bonus action, bring out the pitchfork.
Hey,
Hell
okay.
yeah.
Let me grab that for you.
Very important.
It's 30 feet.
Booyah!
Oh, 60 feet. Booyah!
Love how
Pitchfork
massive
time.
it is every time. I'm gonna give you a control over it here.
Alright.
And give it a little, like, blue ethereal tint. There we go. Alright.
Wait a minute. Alright, I don't even need to ask. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Pitchfork. Going over there. It's hitting the chain.
Oh, can you do that? Can you summon an attack with it?
Yeah. When you
Oh.
summon, you get an attack. Let me... pull
Nice,
the thing real
okay.
quick.
Also, Ginny, how you doing? I apologize that, you're not in this fight.
You're fine. Don't worry.
Alright, good deal. Just wanted to check in.
Back to the ship. So, Apricot, how's stuff?
I'm not teaching Lil Howler how to play blackjack.
Oh, dude. You see Lil Howler is all about it, but he's just kind of like laying cards down. He's chewing on one of them. You garner that he's not
what's
exactly
happening.
following. But he is, Lil Howler is having a blast.
Lil Howler hiccups and time rewinds 3 seconds.
Yeah, like you win the game, but then all of a sudden, you lost the game? Wait, what? Lil Howler rewound time.
Just my bad memory.
Rod?
Alright.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, dude.
I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna be like, Ayo, Hippo, I need to go.
Hey, what's up?
I need to go help my friends.
Okay.
So you gonna chill out here? You're not gonna freak out?
I mean, yeah, I'm good.
What's your favorite food?
Oh, man, dude, it's a toss-up. Pad Thai on Wednesdays, chicken pot pie on Sundays, ravioli on Fridays. Should I continue?
I want you to think
Yes.
about the most banging ravioli
Ooh,
that you can imagine, and I want you to sit here and think about how to make it better.
okay.
I'll be
All
right back.
I'm on it.
And I'm gonna shoot moonbeam at mermaid.
Word. Do you have moonbeams?
Yeah.
Word. I mean, for you, it appears more as like the feathered pillow, right? Or the feathers or something.
So I can't remember if it was a feather or if it was a pillow.
No, it can be either one, I'd say. Your choice.
If it does anything.
But go ahead and yeah, fire it off. It's got a range of 120 feet. That was not. That is just the spell.
It asked me what level to do it at, and I said 2, and then it just
This is a
put it in the
moonbeam.
chat.
No, this is straight up a moonbeam. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
It's the big boy.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. When the creature enters the spell's area the first time, Constitution saving throw. Okay. Let me make that con save. Because it happens instantly, right? Not at the start of their turn.
Pretty sure.
Word. Constitution. A 12. And the spell save was 13. Alright. Full damage. Roll it.
2d10.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Oh,
Oof.
All right.
Could have been 2 at once.
Yeah, it could have been worse, you're right?
Solid amount of damage. And you see as this moonbeam careens through the cavern ceiling, and again, puts her into this spotlight. Although again it singes and burns, she revels in it. She looks up towards it, and kind of spins around a bit, and delights within the moonlight.
yeah, I don't know about this holy damage.
All right, Flail Snail time. Go ahead and roll me another persuasion check.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's not in that one, it's not in that one. It's a 2, but...
The saga of Sawyer and the snail.
I will have
Bro.
the snail by the end of this, one way or another.
Alright, let's see. He is going to lash out with this flail. Does a 17 hit?
Does it have to be the same number or above?
Maybe the
Same
same
number,
number, right?
same number hits, yeah. Meets beats.
Okay, then yes, it hits.
Ooh, okay.
Also, wouldn't he have advantage on me technically? If I'm stunned.
True.
Either way.
We
I mean,
will-
either way it hits.
True, but we'll roll. Oh yeah, no, neither are nat 20, so we're good there. You take 8 damage as it knocks, flails one of these red spiky appendages and just smacks you right on the noggin.
When do I stop being stunned?
You stop being stunned at
Never.
the end of your turn, so you're good
yeah,
now.
Oh, okay. Well then, I mean, whatever. I still get hit.
All right, this one's turn. It'll swim over this way to Fine. And is going to try
God.
the same thing its partner did. That one is cult. All right, so it strikes, then tries to hit you with its scales.
Both miss.
Ooh, right on. You see, they're having to jump up out of the water to make these strikes, which makes them easy to predict. You easily, do a flip and duck down, dodge the flurry of strikes and a scattering of scales. Alright, Yagi will stay where he is, but he's gonna make the save. See if he can shake this charmed nature. Nope. Alright, he's staying strong right there. And fine, we come to your turn.
God, so they're underwater, but if I move, they get attack of opportunity, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like. Can someone take care of these fish? I wanna kill the mermaid, and I'm just gonna shoot at the fucking mermaid because like, it's my sworn enemy. I'm hyper focused on her.
Good deal. I like to imagine you're
advantage.
juking as you're firing. So you're doing like a sick like side aerial as you ring the bow back, fire it off.
Doesn't it have advantage?
Yeah, advantage. So it's 19
Ooh, nice on.
damage.
That does hit.
And then I have to roll a 1d4 for the. What was it called? Oh yeah, I'm also dropping killing warriors. So that's like Sayonara warriors. So that's a 1d8. That's 3 damage. And then a 1d4 for favorite foe. That's 4 damage. And then 3d6 for. Okay, so that's. I don't know math. I don't know how much this is.
15 and 9. Let's see.
24.
All right. You see, as this one, it pierces through her forearm and into her bicep as she tries to dodge, but you nail right into it to where it is now like connected, both of those ligaments, and she can't seem to get her arm to unclench. And she looks, she's bleeding heavily now. You see this this sparkling kind of aquamarine thick liquid that is spilling out from the wounds and covering the rock. All right, nicely done. Sorry, did you want to do any checks?
I guess I would check like the moonbeam effect and all that, like the holy damage, because I noticed she didn't take much damage from it. I want to see if she's actually resistant to it or if it heals her or something.
All right, go ahead.
What role would that be?
That would be insight
Insight?
or religion.
Fuck.
Oh.
I think they're the same, so yeah.
All right, with the natural one, man, you have no idea. It looked like it hurt her, but she still like reveled in it. Honestly, pretty confusing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Giant enemy crab dashes back and forth, dash dances.
Well,
He's got the schmoovement.
yeah.
As an attack of opportunity, since he was going in and out of my
No, don't attack him.
He just keeps like
Can I
trying to
give
hit him
him more?
So as
Yeah,
one, you may. I'll allow that. Make a persuasion check for me.
Alright. Can it be animal handling?
Yes, sorry. Yes.
Hey!
The
How'd you do?
Fenro has disadvantage on that.
Both of these hit.
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, nice. And Fenro, you do finally catch him and throw some of this on him, and he turns to you, and like bobs up and down, like snaps his snippers in like heck yeah, bro, thanks.
Yeah.
And looks like he's ready to rock and roll and follow your command.
Dig.
So this time you were immensely focused on that shot to pierce the forearm of this entity called Lumi, and this one here took advantage of that as your back was turned to it and leapt up and clawed down your back through your cape, and smacked you with its tail This time, instead of spraying the poison scales directly, just applying them to your face. And you're going to need to make a Constitution save.
Okay.
Nice.
I see. But also, I want to do Hellish Rebuke on it, because I never got damaged before in this whole campaign. This is the first time. And I finally get to fucking do this.
For real?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
About time.
It has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Alright, and that was on this one, right?
Yeah. What is my save, actually, now that I think about it? It's 13, so it has to be... Fuck, it'd be a 13.
It
It takes
just
half
makes
damage.
it, but still half damage. Go ahead and roll it.
So that's 2d10. That's 13
Ooh.
damage, half.
Goodness.
That's like... Yeah, it's half.
The bigger
Oh,
half or
so
the
okay.
smaller half.
It's about 6.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. You do take the bigger half. 7.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah, you see as it does this time directly apply the poison scales. You clench your jaw, and the scales themselves incinerate, and that fire trails the poison scales and spreads across this kind of fish entity's tail, and you see like a clear singed burn mark within the side of it.
Let's go.
All right, Poe. He's sitting there. He's going. All right. Maybe we put macaroni in the ravioli. No, that doesn't make sense. God, stupid. No. Okay. Let's see. What else could be good? Some spinach ravioli. Get some veggie in there, but it'll need some sort of cream to go along with it, right? He is thoroughly thinking through ways to improve ravioli. Let's see. Lumi will... Oh, whoops. Sorry. Lumi does have the amphibious trait. That is true.
Go.
She's going to try to enchant Rodrigo.
Oh no.
She cries out with her song, and I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Is that a charm?
It is.
Oh, then I get an advantage against it.
Hey, that's right, with your helmet.
Yeah. So what would it be, charisma?
Yeah, charisma with advantage. A charisma saving throw.
Wow!
Bro! Dude, this time being this close to her, you decide to open up the shield of the face to get a good look at her, and you decided that at the wrong moment, because at that moment her head snaps towards you, and she cries out this song that speaks to your heart and says, Rod, I can make sure that you never have a sleepless night again, if you only do what I ask. And you are charmed by Lumi. Alright, we go to the crabs, who do be dash dancing and vibing.
They got the schmovement.
Perry, seeing what had just happened, is gonna run to you. She has one more in her, so she places a hand on your shoulder, and this time, instead of a moonlight, a clear and stark sunlight blinds you for a moment as it pierces through your eyes, and your skin even glows for a moment as reality hits you once again, and you realize this creature can't offer what it's saying. Alright, Sawyer.
Can I try casting mending on its shell and see if it likes it?
Yeah, you can.
Bet. I'm gonna go behind it for that.
All right, word.
And I just kind
Actually-
of drop the crab in the water.
Plop. It falls. Begins
Wait,
to
are
just
sink.
these
glad
crabs
for
are these
this.
crabs amphibious?
Yeah, crabs are.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Oh wait, yeah, I'm thinking of turtles.
Um,
Yeah, of course not.
Tortoises aren't amphibious.
Yeah, they'll fucking
And
die.
people throw them in the water all the time, thinking they are.
Yeah.
That's what I got it mixed up with.
and as you reach
Or
towards
you
the
just don't
shell,
believe in them enough.
it instinctively tries to start moving away, but as a snail, it moves really freaking slow. So you easily stay with it as it kind of begins just inching its way away from you. But you find a spot on the glistening, gorgeous shell that does have a piece missing. It's chipped, and so you begin to mend that together, and it kind of reels backwards and like feels that spot after you're finished, and you gather that it did really appreciate that. Go ahead and make a persuasion or animal handling at advantage.
I'll do animal handling because I have at least +1 on that.
Nice.
Hey, look at that.
Ooh, okay. And this would be charisma from this, or no, wisdom from the snail. Yo, snail. Oh, yo, wisdom.
Let's go!
Nice.
I think Sawyer forgot he's charmed at this point. He doesn't
Dude,
remember.
Sawyer's charmed either way. So if he's in this fight,
way.
it's not gonna be like against the mermaid.
You see it kind of
Yeah.
like bob up and down, doing a snail thing to show its appreciation, wiggling.
I kind of wiggle back in like a friendly way.
Yo, let's go. Alright, Kenta's gonna make his save. Or is going to try to make his save. Let's go! Alright, he finally grabs his head, looks around, sees that, you know, this creature behind him is bleeding and starting to struggle to keep conscious, and he leaps away. Let's see. One. The leap, 5, 10, 15. And then one more leap to get up here. She will get an attack of opportunity. He's going to take that chance. Alright. How'd they do? Oh, natural 1. Yeah, it catches the shield on his back. And he makes it away. And kind of calls out to Yagi and says, Yagi, come. We come to Gleam's turn. And she will, being unnerved by the reaction of this creature, is just going to take a step back. And kind of just look quizzically at Lumi. Alright, Fenro.
Alright, I am going to take my little crab buddy here. Alright, listen, Eugene, I want you to try to distract those little fish things pecking at Fine down there. So that, I tell him to, yeah, Alright, hear you loud and clear. I'm gonna do a, let me see, I still have 2, yeah. I'm gonna do a guiding bolt at Mermaid Lady. Or actually, no, I'll do it at one of the, at this one right here.
Alright, right on. Oh no.
Rough.
I believe that does not hit. I think double check.
I'd be
though.
surprised if that hits.
It hits!
Oh!
Go. 'cause
Bro!
it's a
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought that might be the case, but I wanted to double check.
The
Yeah,
damage is
alright.
weird though. It's funky. Look at that. It's 1 + 1 + 1 + 6.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Dude, that was a rough one.
Oh my
That
god,
was
that was
pretty
that
rough.
was 3 nat 1s and a nat 6.
Snap.
Yeah.
But you see as, you know, I forget, what are your guiding bolts like again? Are they corn?
Patchwork
Patchwork, yeah, that's
Little-
right.
bolt.
Yeah, you see, oh, that's right. I said this last time. I'm thinking it'd be cool to stick with it. You lift a patch from your, from the rags that hang over your shoulders, send it out, and it latches onto this creature, and from those rags spawn those same abyssal tendrilled hands that begin to wrap themselves around its form, kind of pointing at all of its weak points, or where would be ideal to land blows. Sorry, did you want to do any checks?
Yeah, spiritual weapon as well.
Checkarooski?
Can I check the chain, see how that's doing?
Oh, that's right. Did you do your attack on
Or
it?
actually, can I do an insight check on the guy?
Yeah, you may.
See what he's up to?
Cool. With a 15, it's a little hard to tell with the dancing crab in front of you distracting you, but you can see, with your focus over there, with your pitchfork, going at the chains, trying to free him. You see, he seems defeated. Like, even as this pitchfork is trying to rend into the chains, he's just plucking away as though he's been plucking for a long, long time, the same rhythm and same tune. And you see he is still silently weeping. Seems to hardly have even noticed that his chains are being, an attempt is being made to free him. He looks rather distraught, as though he's been there for a long time.
Still gonna try to break the chains.
Right
So,
on.
there's the attack on that.
Snap, yeah, and
Why do
with
you have
that,
advantage?
ting, the chain breaks away from the wall, and he falls forward directly onto his face. And is somehow still, like, managing to play, even though he's, like, face first and prone on the ground. Nearly bumps into Kenta there.
He's playing behind the back.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, he's kind of just got his face just in the rock, his butt in the air, playing behind his back.
Damn.
But you have freedom.
No, ass up.
All right.
Alright.
Rodrigo.
I am gonna have to call it after this round because I have to be at work at 8.
Oh shoot! I
Fair
hear
enough.
you, man.
I'm gonna try to gather how healthy looking the mermaid is. Lumi.
All right. Roll me perception.
Oh, let's go.
She looks like she's barely conscious. She's struggling and trying to keep herself up, but she's got an arrow through her forearm into her bicep, and one that's gutted in her belly. And she's got one hand pressed into the rock, trying to stay upright. She looks like
just
she's
gonna-
on death's door.
I'm just gonna cast Sacred Flame then.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, he has to do deck save.
Is a dex save. Ah,
40.
he barely makes it, yeah.
Yeah.
And that means no damage, since it's a
Nope.
cantrip.
Yep.
All right. She Yeah, I don't know exactly how you'd want to play that, but either you, having been charmed by her before, couldn't bring yourself to land the final blow, or it simply went wide. All right, Flail Snail do be bopping up and down,
With Sawyer.
hanging out with Sawyer. Let's see, Cult. This one is going to strike out at Fenro.
Hey, this is a really fun fight, guys.
You're not even fighting. you're just hanging out.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh, snap, okay. Yeah, that's a crit on the unarmed attack. So the punch lands true, Finewynn. Get absolutely socked by this fish creature. And the poison does go through, but make a con save.
Fire's getting the shit beat out of him while I'm just bobbing with a snail.
Deck save? Or, I mean,
True.
con save. Yeah, hold on. Okay, cool. Let me just move these hit points real quick. 20 minus 6. I don't know. What is that?
20
I don't know,
minus
babe.
6?
Yeah, that's 14, right?
Yeah, 14.
6. Help?
Alright, nice. So you got the damage put in there?
Yeah.
Did he get hit by both fish or just the poison?
The strike
No, no.
and the poison.
They're different, yeah.
So
They
that
both
was
have to do attacks.
7 plus 6.
Oh, did the strike bring it down to 20?
Total of 11 damage. Alright, good deal. That was his turn. Yagi's going to try to save from it once again. And fails. So he's going to step forward, do his best to try to block any missiles that might come.
I'm gonna fucking finish her off as fuck.
Alright, let's see it, man.
26.
And sure enough,
9 damage. Plus, hold on, let me roll 3d6s. And the 1d4. And
man, you
and the
don't even
1d8.
need to, bro.
I just-
She's got
you know,
2
keep
health,
keep going.
bro. Come on.
Hold on, don't forget, don't forget.
Oh yeah, no, one, yeah.
Alright,
He's still standing.
how do you
Yeah.
take her down?
I went for the fucking forehead, 'cause I'm pissed.
And sure enough, the arrow, you leap upwards with the arrow knocked and send it right over Yagi's head and into Lumi's. And as she goes to speak one last time, it pierces through her throat. And she spits up more of this aquamarine ichor and falls and lies limp. And you see as these two seem to shake their heads a bit, see you and having watched you take down Lumi, back away. You can take an attack of opportunity if you like.
I'm not gonna.
All right, then they disappear into the water, fleeing. This guy's just now starting to sit up. As he shakes his own head, kind of sets his harp down, his bone harp. And the crabs are still just rocking back and forth. Seems like they were unaffected by Lumi, but are still enthralled with the chromatic substance on their claws. And,
Sawyer also shakes his head, but you can't tell because he's already wiggling with the snail.
oh, that's right. Yeah, you do realize that the mech Mech isn't gonna happen. Not yet.
But
Not here.
but the snail is.
Sure enough. And yeah, so with that, we'll leave things off here with the crabs, Raven, the mysterious figure unshackled and beginning to stand to his feet, and the mermaid, siren-esque creature laying limp upon the rock. Defeated. And we'll pick things up next week. I really want to say I apologize. I wasn't sure how long that this fight would take, but I hope that Ginny, I hope you still enjoyed watching and hanging.
Jenny fell asleep.
Yeah.
Oh, that is fair.
That was a joke. I don't know if that's actually true or not.
All right on. And yeah, guys, thank you for playing in my game tonight.
Hey, thank you for hosting.
GG.
Mitch, you know what would have been really funny this session?
What?
If everybody succeeded on the charisma save and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ship just sailed on by and everyone's just like, you guys hear something?
Also,
Nah.
where the fuck is Lil Howler?
You think I didn't plan for that, bro? That was a
Oh.
possibility. Keep that in mind. If you guys had been able to either stop the folks that did get enchanted, or if everybody saved, yeah, you guys could have sailed by.
No, I'm just saying that would have been really funny. Just
Yeah.
True.
this whole section is never getting explored because everybody just kind of hears like the wind and they just keep going.
Yeah, man.
On the wind.
I will say I hope that and next session we'll probably have the chance to learn a little more about who that guy is and why there's a flail snail here, what this creature even is, how it drew you in. Get to learn a little more about that and yeah, I think the thing I'm most sad about is we didn't get to the Lil Howler dream that I did plan, but we'll and I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to that, but it's okay. It'll be something to look forward to next time. But I hope that this little side content was still fun.
Just for clarification, did the siren or the snail lure us in?
It was the siren for sure.
Okay.
That
Okay.
planted in your mind this idea that she had everything that you desired. The core thing that you most wanted. The flail snail seems to be there as a means to lure in other creatures that might not be drawn in by the charm.
Okay. Everybody had like a more complex want. Like Fenro wanted his family, wanted to find the children. I just wanted a really cool fucking mech suit.
Yeah. Word, yeah, and any clarifying questions or things at the end here? I know we didn't get too far on this session, so there's not too terribly much, but
I think I missed it, but why are all the crabs appearingly unconscious?
Oh no, they're just Raven, right?
Oh, okay.
oh, like why are they sideways?
They're like just all tilted.
Yeah, they're sorry. That was just meant to
that's them
indicate
raving.
that they were bobbing. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if that was them raving or if somebody just fucking knocked out every single crab here.
Strike. Yeah, no, someone just knocked them around like bowling pins.
Also, as the combat went on any longer, I was about to just cast Cure Wounds on myself while simultaneously petting the snail.
I gotta say, I do love these, like, I don't know, almost like side quests within the combat that you manage to find. It's pretty fantastic, man.
I managed to just stay out of everybody's way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm actually glad you did that, because I think I had to, like, fire some shit. If you were actually
Yeah.
getting from them.
No, Mitch, you mentioned the mech behind the waterfall, and I looked as like, but that's the opposite direction of the snail.
Yeah. True. I will say, Ginny, are you still here?
No.
Are you still around? Okay.
I think he might just be AFK right now.
Word.
Yeah.
We can save it for next time. But there is something that simultaneously happens at the ship.
Okay.
Just so's we know. But we can start off next time with that.
Sawyer has his own adventuring party now.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's just animals.
Yeah. Does Nick get this snail?
Mother.
It seems like
Doesn't
it's
it look
vibing with
massive?
him, but you're unsure if it's like if it's like the your other two, like the monkey and Blue Yoshi.
It will be eventually.
First.
Next week is my birthday inspiration,
Oh, that's right. Let's go.
and I will use it towards the snail.
What's crackle
fair.
and lacking? I'm suffering minor.
Minor
Fucking
what?
fell asleep and then I apparently
Oh.
rolled over and hit my head on
Oh
a metal pole. So what's gaming?
no.
Alright.
Why'd you
Okay.
do that?
You okay?
No, I thought it would be fun.
Gotcha. All right. I also I mentioned this at the end here, but you weren't around. I just wanted to say,
I was
I-
around in Dreamland with
uh,
Kirby.
word. I just wanted to say, like, I appreciate your patience and being willing to see this combat out, even though Baggy wasn't there.
Fine. No worries.
And I also wanted to mention that something did occur out on the boat. So I think maybe next time, if you're willing to hop into the call like either 30 minutes ahead of time.
It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday.
I just gotta see shift wise. Yeah, okay. I have the entire afternoon free. Because I work two
Nice.
jobs, so. Like today, my first shift for today started at 9:30. And then my other job ended at 8. And I
Man,
woke up at 7.
man. That's some hard work.
That's what it's like on this bitch of an earth. You know who
That's the
said
truth.
that?
Yoda.
Luigi.
Hello, Mario.
No, Luigi. I posted this in the other server way earlier today. But have you guys seen this